This is under 50 at Target. Hashtag not an ad. From there, speaking of speakers, maybe you don't want to be tied to a desktop or a cable, maybe you want something more portable. I got a handful of really cool options. First up is the Tribit X Sound Go, which honestly looks like a Beats pill. So I am just pimping Beats knockoffs. But again, it is much, much cheaper. You get fantastic sound quality, it's portable, and really awesome battery life. Another really fantastic portable Bluetooth speaker is the JBL Go 2. It's tiny, but it packs a pretty solid punch. Next from there was a little throwback to last year's gift guide where I featured this awesome French Bulldog Bluetooth speaker and one of my favorite human beings ever, Teresa.
Hi, how are you?
This year we are back with a Skull Bluetooth speaker. It's like the French Bulldog Skull brother. And there are two amazing things about this. One, when you turn it on, you have like this Thriller Windows acoustic guitar riff trifecta combo, which is just like strangely bizarre. If you're still with me after that, I'm not sure if this next thing is crazy or just pure genius. You can control the speaker through the teeth, and on top of that, it sounds good. Like you'll see there's a surprising amount of low end that kind of just punches you in the face or skull. So if we lower the volume, the teeth, there are two sections. You can go next song, pretty instant, pretty awesome, or even go previous song. Like who sat there in the boardroom and thought, yo, we need a Bluetooth speaker that's shaped like a skull that dishes out Michael Jackson Thriller sounds with a hybrid of windows and you can control it through the teeth. I am personally not sure, but it exists, and if you wanted a Bluetooth speaker shaped like a skull that sounds good, this is your perfect option. Next from there, if skull speakers aren't your thing, I get it. I got one more young alternative, the Photosphere, which honestly kind of looks like honey. We blew up the Google Home Mini minus the smart home functionality. Shout out to Rick Moranis, who probably would like the speaker. This thing packs some really impressive sound, especially when you consider the size, but hands down, my favorite thing about the speaker is the first question on the Amazon page, which asks, can you put this under your pillow and will it bother my spouse? Honestly, I couldn't see how this would not bother your spouse. So if that's something you're into, this is your speaker. From there, shrinking things back down, shout out again to Rick Moranis, taking a look at the actual Google Home Mini. Honestly, this is one of the best tech gadgets you can ever get for someone that is under 50 bucks. In terms of smart assistants, we know Siri, it's a little slow, and I think hands down Google Assistant takes the cake, and this gives you all of that in a tiny, compact, affordable package. Now, maybe you're not into the Google ecosystem. Maybe you're about that fire life. You got the 8x12 of Jeff Bezos in your bedroom. I get it. Now we're talking about the Echo Dot. Forever, this was like the entry point to get into the smart home game with Amazon, but fortunately now we also have options. Unfortunately, the speaker on the Echo Dot isn't the greatest in the world. It's small, it's tinny, it doesn't really fill the room. So if you want to step up, the Fabrique is a great alternative and it looks really awesome. But what if even the Fabrique isn't enough speaker for you? What if you want to connect your own speaker? What if you want something bigger, something better? Enter the Echo Input. It is essentially the Amazon Echo Brain that you can connect to any speaker. So if you want to go like Back to the Future, max that baby out, you can throw the Echo Input on that and bring that smart home functionality to your massive setup. From there, with the new year here, hopefully you've been keeping them New Year's resolutions, hitting the gym, buff dude style. And if you are, a great way to keep track of that is with a smart scale that doesn't break the bank. With that, one really important element of that is tracking your progress, your results, and one easy way to do that is by adding a smart scale. But the problem is, for the most part, these tend to be pricey, but not this one. The Eufy body scale is $39.99, which almost doesn't make sense. On top of just weight, you can track your body fat, your BMI, water, muscle, bone, visceral fat, the worst kind, and also muscle mass for them gains. It connects via Bluetooth, which is awesome, but what's even cooler is you can store up to 20 different profiles, which is quite a few. And unless you're popping out kids like the Brady Bunch, this should cover more than just the household. From there, speaking of portable travel tech that is catered to cameras, the Peak Design Capture Clip V3 is kind of amazing. First off, it looks like something Adam West would whip out of his utility belt. What it is though is this tiny little belt that's designed to secure onto your backpack strap or even your belt and give you quick release access to your camera. I get it, not a lot of people want to be the strap guy, so this is actually not only a cool looking alternative, but a practical one as well. It can technically support up to 200 pounds, so yeah, if MKBHD wanted to throw his rut on this, he could. I wouldn't recommend it because that would just be ridiculous, but it's nice that you have that flexibility. Build quality is fantastic as well. It's all metal, so that is not going to be an issue. And again, the fact that this is under 50 bucks, if you shoot video or photos, this is kind of a must have. Next from there, looking at some of my favorite travel tech, the Native Union Smart Hub for me is essential. Build quality is fantastic, so I'm not gonna have to worry about throwing it in my backpack and wonder if it's gonna break. You get a total of 4 ports, 3 regular USB ports, and then 1 USB-C, which for me kind of seals the deal and makes this thing really handy. On top of that, you also get 2 AC ports on the side, and I really like the fact that they're spaced out, so if you plug in a laptop on one side, you have room on the other side without getting cluttered. Next from there is the RAV Power All-in-One File Hub Plus, and you know, if MacGyver had a gadget in his bag, this would be it. For starters, there's a 6700 milliamp hour battery packed inside. Awesome. There's also a built-in SD card slot, so you can wirelessly transfer photos to your phone or directly to a hard drive if you don't want to bring your laptop. Double awesome. And then on top of that, to ice the cake, it is also a portable Wi-Fi router. So imagine you're at a hotel and you have access to Ethernet, you could actually plug that into this little guy, and then it turns into this little Wi-Fi hotspot, which is triple awesome. From there, maybe you don't need all that. Maybe you don't need an SD card slot and just need more storage on your iPhone or potentially your older iPad. The Dual Link from PNY is a really solid choice. This particular model will get you an extra 128 gigabytes of storage, so if you are maxed out or like living on a prayer, this will give you some breathing room. Now, the way this works is you have USB-A on one end and then Lightning on the other. So you could plug this into your laptop, transfer pictures onto there and then onto your iPhone, but it is iOS specific. Conversely, maybe you don't need that much storage, or maybe you need something with a little more flexibility. This 64 gigabyte option from Vakasi is fantastic. You have USB-A, you have Lightning, you also have USB-C, so it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of USB drives. Now, maybe the downside with this, I would say that it's not like a super well-known brand, that I have read a couple compatibility issues online, so definitely keep that in mind when you're looking at this for your device, but overall for the price, I think it's a pretty stellar option. Next from there, when I first saw this thing on Amazon, I honestly thought it was kind of ridiculous, but in reality, it is surprisingly cool. What it is this like crazy telephoto looking 5-in-1 lens kit for your iPhone. Now I will say the marketing with these things are always a little bit sketchy. They say it's a 5-in-1, but you actually get 4 focal lengths. So with that, that's wide angle, macro, fisheye, which is always kind of a hit or miss kind of thing. And then a 12 times telephoto zoom, which is bonkers. I will definitely say the wide angle lens is the most useful option, but I'm not gonna lie, with that telephoto lens, I got some pretty unique looks. So next, if you love USB ports or you find yourself just filling them up constantly, you need this 10-port monster hub from Anker. So what's awesome is you have 7 USB 3.0 ports, which also pass through data, but you also have 3 IQ ports, which you're gonna use for charging. What this is gonna do is rapidly charge your phone, but then also ramp down and stop charging once the battery is full, so you're not jacking things up. From there, speaking of Anker, most phones these days feature wireless charging. So if you wanna go that route but don't wanna spend a ton of money, this standing charge is a fantastic option. What I appreciate about this is that everything you need to charge your phone is in the box, whereas with some other wireless chargers, you have to buy things separately. So you may not realize that, get the charger in the mail and realize, hey, I can't use this. So for me, my main laptop is a 15-inch MacBook Pro. One of my favorite accessories is this sleeve from Incase. There definitely are cheaper options, but for me, 1, I love the aesthetic, and 2, I love the build quality. So it's a great way to protect your MacBook without adding a ton of bulk to your carry. Next from there, if you like organizing your tech in things that don't look like tech, the 12 South BookBook Caddy is perfect. Now, where this makes a great companion piece is for someone who owns an iPad or a MacBook. The chargers fit perfectly, and even with the new iPad Pro featuring that magnetic Apple Pencil, if you're worried about losing it, this is a great place to store it. So from there, we know Apple has completely screwed up AirPower, which means no AirPods 2, no wireless charging, unless, bam, this wireless charging case from East Brooklyn Labs, which solves that problem. It's pretty simple. You pop your AirPods case into this, and that adds a layer of protection and also adds wireless charging. My only complaint is it's a little counterintuitive to where you have to actually face it down to charge, where instinctively I kind of want to put it the other way, but either way, it's still a great way to inexpensively add wirelessly charging to your AirPods. Next from there is a tech YouTube classic, the Blue Snowball Ice, which is a fantastic USB microphone that isn't going to break the bank. Whether you're looking to record an instrument or do a voiceover or potentially even stream, this is a perfect option. It's simple, it's plug and play, so you're not going to need an audio degree to set it up. And again, the most important part is this thing sounds good. From there, for my Apple Watch users, this Nomad Apple Watch stand is badass. It's thick with 3 C's, heavy with 3 V's, and yeah, you gotta appreciate some heft with a stand. The one caveat I will say is the Apple Watch charger is not included with this. More than likely you have one that came with your watch, so you can use that to set things up. It's simple, it looks great on a nightstand or a desk, and if you own an Apple Watch, this is a must-have piece of tech. Next from there is the Voom Aura Box, which does a ton of things, but in a nutshell is a smart pixel speaker. The most enticing thing with this is the customization you have over the LEDs, whether you want to use it as a clock or notifications, or just smack an icon there, which looks awesome. The sound quality of the speaker also surprised me. Like, it's not amazing, and if you're looking solely for a Bluetooth speaker, I would not pick this up. But if you're looking for a 2-in-1 option, it's actually pretty cool and makes a great accent piece on a desk. Chugging down that list, the Retrobit RES Plus is an awesome way to play your old NES cartridges through an HDMI equipped TV. If you do want to go like super nostalgia and go AV out, you do have that option as well, but I think the selling point of this is definitely being able to hook this up into a modern TV. Personally, I was more of a Sega Genesis kid because I actually remember going to Toys R Us, picking up an NES, playing Duck Hunter, fighting with my brother, and then my mom made us return it the very same day. So my experience with games had to hold off for a couple years. If you didn't have a sad story like me though, and you were an NES kid, this is going to be a super cool option. Out of the box, you get 2 controllers, which is actually really handy because no one really wants to play by themselves. Whether or not that's up for debate, we can't argue with the fact that it is an awesome gift, especially for someone who wants to bring back a little bit of that NES nostalgia. From there, speaking of awesome gaming gadgets, one of the biggest complaints with the Nintendo Switch is the lack of Bluetooth support, but this ganky Bluetooth adapter completely fixes that. My guy Kevin Kenson did an in-depth, thorough video on this on his channel, which is awesome, but the TLD of this is that it fixes the Bluetooth problem on your Nintendo Switch. So if you want to use this in conjunction with your favorite Bluetooth headphones, now you can. Speaking of Nintendo Switch, how would you, yes you, like to win your very own paired with this Bluetooth receiver, the Bluetooth headphones, rounded out, smacked up in that Herschel backpack? Well, my friend, today is your lucky day. I'm teaming up with the one, the only, Jared Leto, aka Kevin Kenson. Details on how to win are down below. Mainly, make sure you're subscribed here and to Kevin Kenson. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you guys smash that like button because holy long video, Batman, my voice is about to cave. If you guys want to see more, again, let me know and I will catch you guys later. 2 down, it's gonna